the most important thing overall is simply just doing the work. Don't make excuses, just get it done. I tell myself I'm gonna get a new lead gen live this weekend, and I do it. I think it's a good idea to find 2-3 businesses to do SEO for as well in the early days for extra money to fund your lead gens. Yes, 100%. Now I'm gonna expound on what Caleb said, because this is exactly kind of what I did to grow my lead generation business. So I've been in this program. We have 7,000 students. I've been in this program since 2014. We've done I think I've been to 6 different Vegas events. We've done regional events where we went to Miami, we went to New York City, we went to Dallas, LA. So we've held these live events, right, with our students. And over the years, of all the students that I've talked to, I don't think I've ever met anybody that's built at least 10 different lead gen sites and wasn't making any money. So it's one of those things where if you build just one lead gen site and you did something wrong, that lead gen site might not produce, right? But if you build all 10, it's very difficult to fail at all 10, especially when you follow our step-by-step process, because we made it where we teach you exactly how to pick low-hanging fruit, not too competitive of a market. So, and we teach you backlinking skills, some high-level SEO skills, and content writing, that it's almost impossible to fail at all 10 when you follow our process. And so your first task is to build 10 lead gen sites as quickly as possible. And I'm talking to the people that aren't lazy, that's not scared of a little bit of work, that want to quit their job as quickly as possible, right? So to those people, I'd say, I think as soon as you join our program, you should be able to build 10 lead gen sites in 2 weeks. Because the sooner you build all 10, the faster those sites will rank, the faster you'll be able to quit your job. Having lead gen properties that you own and control is the key to your salvation, because once you rank these sites, there's going to be countless business owners that are going to want to pay and to rent those sites from you. And I only had a job. I only needed to make $3,000 a month, and I was able to quit my job. I don't know how much Caleb had to make, but at 10, even if 50% are successful, you might be making $3 to $5 grand a month passive income. What's going to happen when you build 10 is that at first, maybe 2-3 lead gen sites might start producing some leads. You might start selling it to a local business owner. At first you might just do a pay per lead kind of model, because it's still not ranked at the very top of the search engine. So it's only trickle in leads, but you can still get paid for those. So, let's just say 2-3 leads or lead gen sites are producing leads, and you are able to sell it to a business owner. You might be making at least $500 across all 3 to $1,000 in as little as 2 to 3 months. What I want you to do is take that $500 to $1,000 a month and go hire a virtual assistant. Now when I did it was I hired a high school writer, used Craigslist to find a writer and he was in high school, and I paid him $12-13 an hour. These days I understand that you can get a virtual assistant from the Philippines, pay them $5 to $7 an hour, and you can get some high quality writers. And what this writer is going to do is she is going to help you write more content on your existing lead gen sites. So you first build 10, and let's say each of these 10 lead gen sites only have about 8 to 10 pages. I want this new writer reinvest that profits and have this writer write more content, more pages on all your existing 10 lead gen sites. And if your budget allows, go ahead and start building more lead gen sites. I mean, you guys have to take my word for it on this one, because I've been doing it for 8 years. I'm telling you guys right now, it cannot ever hurt you to build more and more and more of these sites, because time has proven to me that eventually I was able to make some sort of money from majority of the sites that I've built. Majority of the sites that I built at least decent amount of pages for, What a lot of people do is they just kind of build skeleton sites, build a site with 1 page, 2-3 pages, and they build many of these sites. No, you actually have to continue to build pages on your sites, not forever until it ranks, because you have to actually create an entity, a web domain that Google sees as valuable. Okay, so don't make the mistake of just building a bunch of sites with only a few pages. Actually go back to some of your sites and build more pages. But again, my point is this: you got to look at each of these lead gen sites as you're building an army. and you're like the general of the army, right? And so stop caring so much about like the little details, and just in the beginning just focus on reps and focus on quantity. And when I say quantity, I'm not only talking about just the quantity of sites, but even building more pages on sites, right? So the point here is you need to produce content, and writing content is a bit time consuming. Yes, there's AI tools out there, but I'm testing different things with AI, obviously. But I don't think as a beginner you should fully rely on AI. I think you can use some of it, but make sure you change up the content quite a bit. I just don't think an AI can still produce, or if you rely too much on AI, I think you run a little bit of a risk there, because there are tools that can detect AI content. So there's no way that, publicly I can recommend people, the masses, to use AI tools, because if all your guys' site gets slapped, then I take the blame, right? So I can't in no way, shape, or form recommend AI tools. It's something that you can take your own risk and try with your own discretion. But, the point is, build 10 lead gen sites as quickly as possible. In 2 to 3 months, you should have a few of those sites starting to make money for you. Take that money, whether it's $500 to $1,000 a month in extra income, and get a VA writer as quickly as possible. Because then now you're writing content, the VA is writing content, you just cloned yourself. And you want to just become a master content producer. Obviously there's like backlinks and different things like that you'll learn, but just become a mass producer of content, because there's a huge gaping, glaring weakness in the local space, is that nobody is producing high level content. No small businesses are updating their content. A lot of times their content is like aged, really old, and nobody's producing new content or freshening up their site. That's a weakness that you can take full advantage of, but it's difficult to do by yourself, right? You need more writers, okay? Like I have a big giant business of like not only building lead gen sites, but I have a blog, right? I have 25 writers. It's a whole army of us writing content each and every day and putting it out there into Google to index. So I can go much more in detail as to why that's so powerful, but just understand that in local, nobody's producing high level information. So if you become the master of producing high level information in local, you can really dominate. And Google looks at quality of information, freshness of the information, and also the velocity of information. So meaning how often is the site updating its content. I just gave you guys 3 massive keys there. And in local, a lot of the local companies are not doing one or all 3 of those things. So if you can become the master on dominating those things, you can dominate the local search engine. And when you dominate the local search engine, forget just quitting your job. You'll be able to quit your job in 6, 7, 8 months, but you can now create a passive income business that has high profit margin. It's highly scalable. Our lead gen sites, once it's ranked, maybe the maintenance on it is $30 to $50 a month. And these sites make anywhere from $500 to $2,000 to $3,000 a month. That's literally 95% and plus profit margin.